Imagine a world where Wayne Rooney never played football. No record-breaking goals, no legendary bicycle kicks, no fiery rivalries, because at 16 years old, he had a choice: boxing or football. Rooney loved boxing, but football, that was his real passion. One choice could lead him to stadiums packed with 80,000 screaming fans, the other, a brutal career inside the ring. Good thing he made the right choice, but make no mistake, Wayne Rooney wasn't just a footballer, he was a fighter, a warrior, and sometimes his biggest battles weren't just on the pitch, because to become a legend, you don't just play the game, you change it. To understand Wayne Rooney, you have to understand where he came from. Crux theft wasn't a place of privilege, it was a place of survival. If you wanted to make it out, you had to fight, and Rooney, he was born a fighter. His father, Thomas Rooney, was a boxing fanatic. His mother, Jeanette, worked long hours to support the family. Wayne grew up with gloves on his hands and a ball at his feet. He loved boxing, he was good at it, but football, that was different. At just 9 years old, he joined Everton's youth academy. He wasn't just talented, he was unstoppable. He scored so many goals that his youth coach had to limit him to 2 per game, just to keep it fair. By 15, he was already dominating grown men in training, and by 16, he was knocking on the first team's door. And then, the moment that changed everything. A touch, a turn, a thunderous strike. Boom! David Seaman beaten. The world stunned. Remember the name, Wayne Rooney. A 16-year-old just ended Arsenal's 30-game unbeaten run, and that was just the beginning. 1 goal, that's all it took for every top club in England to take notice, and at the front of the line, Sir Alex Ferguson. Manchester United didn't hesitate. They wanted Rooney, and in the summer of 2004, they got him for £27 million. At just 18, he became the most expensive teenager in football history. And when he made his debut, he didn't just live up to the hype, he shattered it. First game, first goal, second goal, third goal, a hat-trick on debut. Wayne Rooney, unstoppable. This wasn't just a wonder kid, this was generational talent. With Cristiano Ronaldo arriving at the same time, the future of Manchester United was set. 2 young titans, 2 unstoppable forces, but one burning question: could they coexist? For a while, they were electric. Premier League titles, Champions League nights, goals that defied physics. But success, it wasn't without its battles. Rooney's temper got him in trouble. Red cards, suspensions, and that infamous 2006 World Cup moment where he stamped on Ricardo Carvalho, leading to Ronaldo's infamous wink. Would their partnership survive? Would Rooney's fire burn too bright and consume everything? One thing was certain: Manchester United had never seen a player like him before. Wayne Rooney wasn't just living the dream, he was dominating it. At his peak, he was unstoppable. From 2007 to 2011, Manchester United was Europe's most feared team, and Rooney, he was at the heart of it. He wasn't just scoring goals, he was running the show. And in 2008, the ultimate prize, the Champions League final against Chelsea.
Chance to win the Champions League for Chelsea.
Manchester United was the king of Europe, and Rooney, a champion of the world. But success has a price, and Rooney's demons never stayed buried for long. In 2010, he dropped a bombshell. He wanted to leave Manchester United. Fans were furious. Some burned his jerseys. Others begged him to stay. Why would a man who had everything want more? It was the money, the power struggles. He felt that United wasn't matching his ambition, but in the end, Ferguson convinced him to stay. For now, Rooney had the trophies, he had the records, but football, it was starting to take its toll, and the cracks, they were beginning to show. By 2015, Rooney wasn't the same explosive force. He still had moments of brilliance, yes, but the speed, the sharpness, it was fading. Yet his impact remained undeniable, and in 2017, he achieved something no one thought possible. Wayne Rooney becomes Manchester United's all-time top scorer, surpassing Sir Bobby Charlton. Unthinkable. And yet, despite the records, it was clear. His time at United, it was coming to an end. In 2017, he left Old Trafford for the final time, back to where it all began, Everton. But this wasn't the same Rooney. The fire flickered, but the dominance, that was gone. Even in the US, he left moments of magic. That legendary last-minute assist from midfield, pure Rooney. But time is undefeated. By 2020, a warrior had fought his final battle. Rooney, a footballing icon, a record breaker, a legend. But what if he'd chosen boxing instead? Would football ever have been the same? Wayne Rooney didn't just play football. He lived it, he fought for it, he bled for it. Even after leaving the pitch, football never left him. In 2020, Rooney transitioned into management, taking over at Derby County, a club drowning in financial turmoil, fighting relegation, and yet, Rooney, ever the warrior, took the battle head on. Derby wasn't winning titles, they were fighting for survival. And Rooney? Well, he did what Rooney always did. He fought. Despite impossible odds, he kept them in the league against all expectations. The same fire that drove him as a player burned as a manager. But the world had changed. The new generation, they were different. Mbappe, Haaland, Bellingham, players born after Ruby's debut, they were now ruling football. Yet his name still echoed in every stadium, every street game where a kid tried a long-range shot, every wild tackle, every raw moment of passion. That was Rooney's influence. Because Rooney, he wasn't just a footballer. He was a symbol, a reminder that football isn't just about skill. It's about hunger, about heart, about never backing down. He could have been a boxer. He could have fought in a different ring. Instead, he chose football, and the game was never the same again. Football has given us many legends, but how many Wayne Rooneys will we ever see again? The story of Wayne Rooney, it's not a fairy tale. It's a battle story. A tale of a street footballer who never stopped fighting. Could he have been a boxing champion? Well, maybe. But what he gave to football, that was worth far more. So the next time you see a young kid launching a wild shot from midfield or celebrating a goal like it's their last, remember Wayne Rooney, because the game will never forget him. What's your favourite Wayne Rooney moment? Drop it in the comments below. And if you love football stories just like this, hit that subscribe button. Because more legend stories are coming soon, and you don't want to miss them.